So after we settled at the hotel, we came out just to check out Temple Park and the state capitol. A lot of it was under construction, so we just drove around it. But this, the state capitol looks nice. We're gonna walk around. Seems like this is it. This is the downtown slash, part of the city. It does not feel like a downtown. There's no tall buildings, no crowded people. I don't know. It seems really quiet and just calm.
Day after day, but we are registering to vote. It is not enough to register to vote. You actually have to go out and vote. If you don't have a criminal record, figure out what you can run for. Sim Gill is a piece of shit.
So it was close to sunset, and I found this park, which is very close to downtown, and it's a good place for sunset and also basically a panoramic view of the city. So I came. Recommend this easy hike, I would say, but mostly you just drive up to this peak. It's very close to the state capitol, so really good spot for sunset or just to look at Utah. Salt Lake City. Very nice. It's basically this peak right there, and there's some other trails, and it's also in a neighborhood. This is the trail. Just imagine living here. Oh my gosh. There are other trails that you can take to reach the peak, but I thought this was a good place, and it's basically just a walk, so that's all I did. Ensign Peak, but I was too lazy to go up there. This way you have the Vista Mount. It's very simple climb, maybe like 5 minutes, not even 3 minutes. That's the city hall right here. State's capital when it's at nighttime with some of the, what is this, dawn. First night in Salt Lake City, basically I just felt the city was really quiet. There were not a lot of tourists, and it felt more like a small town instead of, the state capital of Utah. It was really quiet. It was really peaceful. Nice Saturday morning. I think that's Pioneer Park. We're heading to Antelope Island State Park. Going to the visitor center. Wow, so we've been totally submerged in water. If it was 16,000 years ago. That's cool. So we're here at the Buffalo Point Trail. I think we're just gonna hike up the little hill. Buffalo Point. The reflection is really pretty.
They get pissed. Okay.
They're having fun. Now we're here at the Ladyfinger Point Trail. I think that might be like the egg island or something. So there's a little bit climbing at the end on top of these rocks. But yeah, the Great Salt Lake. Came all the way south to Frary Interpretive Trail. That's looking the east side. You can see all the buffalo right there. We're gonna head closer later. Wow, that's impressive. They were here like 100 years ago. Wow, I can't believe them living here. Growing up, what would it be like? Being in the lake, being in the mountains, climbing up a canyon. I mean, there's no canyon, but the mountains. I guess this is where they lived. We came more south towards this point. I think this is the farthest we can go on the paved road.
Oh yeah.
Fielding Gar Ranch. 133 years of Western ranching history. So that's pretty much it. We originally wanted to come to this park because I wanted to see the Great Salt Lake since we are in the Salt Lake City. After seeing it, I mean, it's pretty, but there isn't that much to do. We did some hiking and I know there's camping, there's a lot of biking, so that might be good to do next time. But yeah, that's it. We're back in the city. So while I was Googling what to do in Salt Lake City, another really popular thing came up, and that was This Is the Place Heritage Park. I assumed that it was basically just like a historical town. Here at This Is the Place Heritage Park. So on the outside, it seemed really empty, and then we did need to reserve a ticket to get into the park. Alright, so there's actually stuff to see. So yeah, it turns out there is literally a town for you to see. It's like 2 or 3 blocks. They have cabins that were built in the late 1800s and were moved here. They have like farms and shops, restaurants that were basically sort of the replica of what a town would look like back in the days. It's coming to Hello. Get your phone.
Donkey.
I think if not for the pandemic, you can go into all of these buildings and just learn some history behind it. Wow, look at them. This feels like Europe. So now we're at the north side of the park, and there's a little hill that you just walk up. There's this little pond, and it really felt like Europe. And in the distance, you can see downtown Salt Lake City, and it was just a really, really quiet and beautiful view. I think this is the children's memorial or something that they were talking about. So right behind the pond is this Native American section. It has some models of the homes that they used to have and some information about their culture. See, they value harmony and balance since the longest time ago. It's huge. It's so nice and peaceful here. Not that many people, and we're able to see some of the history behind the settlers, the pioneers, and also the Navajo people. This used to be a fireman's house. Really pretty. Social hall. That was it. That was This Is the Place Pioneer Park. 2 hours of walking around. So we didn't spend too much time here, but I can tell that if a family comes with children, you can easily spend a day here. There's picnic areas, there's petting zoo, there's just a lot to do, and just take time and just stroll around the park. But other than that, we didn't have that much planned, so I went back to Salt Lake City and just visited the Liberty Park. It's basically just like a city center park. It was a really nice and peaceful park. So if you know me, nice, peaceful, and quiet doesn't really suit me, and especially since I'm on a trip, I want to make the most of it. So I looked up places to go, and this place caught my eye. It's called the Bonivelle Salt Flats, and it's literally like salt lands, and I thought that was really cool. It was about an hour and a half drive away from Salt Lake City. We went anyway, and then it was also near sunset, so I was hoping that we can get to see the sunset as well as the salt flats. So as you continue driving, at first you will see river along the road, but then afterwards it just became a huge sand flat, and we didn't realize it in the beginning, but here it's already those sand flats, and some people just park on the side. I just wish I can clean my windshield. But our GPS still points ahead, so we just followed the GPS. Looking back, we could have stopped anywhere along here, not necessarily have to wait until we arrive at what the GPS says is the destination. Wow, I thought this was like a very deserted destination, but no, see how many people are here trying to take photos along our way. I also saw numerous cars parked along the side. There's like cars driving inside. What the heck?
It's so
Ay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try again.
If I knew this place was this pretty, I would have changed. I would have wore a pretty dress and just like be 100 more times prepared to come here. But yeah, this is what it is. We're just gonna wait for the sunset.
Wow.
It's salt.
Salty sand. Should we go?
Wow, it's like ice here. I mean, it's like snow. Wow. Whoa. Wow, we've gone pretty far. So where we parked, it was pretty much the end of where we could drive to. There are other ways, of course, but we just decided not to go that far. One thing to note is that definitely do not park your car too close to the pond areas, because our car got stuck in the the salt, and it was really hard to get it out. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna leave. But I have to admit that this is actually my favorite place to have visited while we were in Salt Lake City. What? We are right on the border between Utah and Nevada.